What's going on, people? OG DBNK. Some do say debunk. It is what it is. We keep it moving. Like, comment, leave a subscription. This right here is Ain't That Some Shit. And look, I found this video on YouTube. I was just scrolling through my timeline, and look what happened to drop in. You know, some cop sees a couple in a fenced property parked outside a a building that's being built, still under construction, and he starts profiling them for one reason or the other. I didn't watch the whole video, but listen, we gonna react to this together. Let's see what exactly is going on here, people. Again, like, comment, leave a subscription. This road is community, people. Let's go. Let's get it.
A video of a Marion County Sheriff's deputy detaining a man on his property is getting hundreds of reactions on social media.
He arrested my husband on the property.
Not under arrest.
I don't care. You put him in handcuffs on the property. On our property. Racial profiling us. He pulled up on our property and said that we are trespassing on our own property. Can you believe this? Now he's taking the handcuffs off my husband on our property still. It's so wrong, and this police department will be sued. I'm going to see my lawyer tomorrow.
Someone just pull in and ask, what are you doing here? Then we tell you we live here.
In my mind, you're thinking, oh, I see an old Honda 2000 Accord parked in front of a nice new construction building, and I see two black people sitting in there. They have no business there.
Welcome back to the Civil Rights Lawyer channel, where if you're a subscriber and you watch these videos, you'll be able to answer the questions such as, what is the one and only thing that you should say to a police officer if they approach you like this on your property? This comes to us from Marion County, Florida, which is the Ocala, Florida area. It's sort of rural horse country. This couple apparently lives already on the property, and they're building this new construction barn dominium. And this construction site is all brand new. I looked it up on Google, and it doesn't even show the barn dominium yet, much less the driveway coming in. They also put in new fencing and a gate, which is important for reasons we'll get to. So like many other videos that I do, no crime is reported at all. There's no 911 call. Nobody has requested the presence of police.
ID card. Some of your name on it. No, not. Stop, dude. You can make an emergency, please. I got one resisting.
This is just a police officer out on patrol, being proactive, and he sees something that he thinks is suspicious.
All right, so let's just review. Couple are in a fenced property, parked outside a building that is still under construction. Again, within a fenced property, not doing seemingly anything illegal. No crime has been committed. No crime has been reported. Yet here we are. What kind of profiling is this? I don't even understand as a police officer, and I'm just a citizen. I'm not a police officer, but how do you just imagine imagine being in your home, right? Just chilling outside your house, right? And there's a fence, by the way, right? Fencing your property. You chilling outside your house in your yard, and a cop pulls up and asks you for your ID. What are you doing here? Is this your property? You see me here. Did anybody report otherwise? Did anybody make a report? Is there a crime that's been committed? This is crazy. Come on, man. Let's see where this goes.
So what did the officer think was suspicious here? Just two black people sitting in a car? Well, these are his own words to his supervisor about why the interaction began.
I was driving by. It's a new construction. They're starting a barn dominium out here. So I keep an eye on the place because I know how often those places get hit. So as I'm driving by, I see a vehicle parked in front. This is completely unfinished. They've got the sidings done, but the inside isn't even touched. I see a vehicle parked in front of the house. Taillights are on. It looks occupied. So I walk up, go make contact. I'm like, hey, what are y'all doing here? Just trying to talk to him. The guy gets instantly aggressive and defensive, starts screaming at me to get off his effing property, says he owns this.
You pull up on me on my property, a fenced property, by the way, and ask me what I'm doing, who I am, ask me for my ID, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be pissed off too. I'm gonna be aggressive. Nigga, this my home. What do you mean? What am I doing here? Unless a crime's been reported, committed, am I a suspect in something? You ain't got no right to be asking me all that, especially on my property. You ain't got no right to be on my property. Let's just start there. Let's just start there. So I totally understand why the dude got aggressive right away, because what?
Like, okay, if you own it, let me see some ID, I'll verify that and we'll be good.
I don't need to verify nothing with you. You pulled up into my, not onto, into, and then onto my property. Now you want me to show you ID that I own my property? Is this your job? Is this part of your job description? Going around asking citizens on their property to give you documentation that proves they are owners of said property. No probable cause, you just pulling up on people. When did we get here? Oh my goodness.
And here is the beginning of the body cam footage, where we can see that the car, at the time that the deputy first arrived, since it's raining, the car window is up. It looks close to impossible from that distance with the car window up to tell who is sitting inside that car. So he pulls onto the property through an open gate. He gets out of his car and he walks up to this Honda Accord. And as he's walking up, there.
And by the way, to me, I'm not even saying this dude is racist, right? I don't care. But you're pulling up on people's properties with no crimes being committed, reported, no probable cause, right? You just pulling up with assumptions and then harassing people, because that's what you're doing now. You are harassing people. Like, I'm not even going to the race card. That's not what this is about. Man needs to act right.
Rolling down the driver's side window, and that's when the interaction begins.
You own this? Y'all own this property? That doesn't mean you own it.
We own it.
Let me see your IDs.
You need to get off our property.
Let me see your IDs
Get
now.
off our property.
Let me see your IDs now.
So you get off our property.
Put the car in drive. Put the car in park.
No,
Let me
you
see
need
your
to
ID.
get off our property.
67. Send me another unit 51. Being non-cooperative.
That's crazy what you got going on. You come pulling our property and tell us get our ID? Get off our property, man. You know
Give me your ID.
no trespass.
My last name is Artman. A-R-T.
I appreciate the wife trying to calm her husband down, like, oh, no. Just give him your ID, you know, because she knows this, like, this interaction can go to 0 to 100 real quick, like real quick. Dude can just pull a gun on you for no good reason, put some bullets through your husband, and then it's a totally different story from there, you know what I mean? So I appreciate her trying to calm her husband down, because yeah, but I'm not even mad at the husband, because shit, what do you mean ID when you're on my property? Do you know who owns the property? I'm telling you, I own the property. You ain't got no probable cause. You ain't got no crime reported. You ain't got no crime committed. But here you are asking me for ID on my property. How about you just get the fuck out of here? For real.
Man, my ID number is 6057.
Get off our property. That's what you need to do. Get off our property now.
Ma'am, do you have your ID as well?
No, I have to go back down to where I write down your
That's fine. I can just write down your information. That's fine.
Why are you here?
The new construction house. I see a vehicle sitting out front,
And
running
this is
with a
our
license.
house. This is my home.
Hey,
That right there is a legitimate question. Why are you here? That's a very legitimately good question.
calm calm down. If it's your home,
You
now
dead
leave it
ass wrong
alone.
for putting up in that house.
Baby, no. I'm going to call 911 myself.
Call him, baby, now.
I am.
You dead ass wrong.
Cut
You
off,
did
baby.
racial
Cut
profile.
off, baby.
I didn't know who was
That's
driving
the
it.
you did.
Cut off.
I don't like
We're
that
not gonna
shit.
do that.
Stay the off our property. Get off our property, man. That's all you got to do.
No, I'm going to call
We
911.
told you we own it, we
Ma'am.
own it. Call him, baby.
Ma'am,
I'm
Call
calling
him.
now.
ma'am, what's your first name?
Call him.
No, I'm calling 911.
And here's more of the deputy explaining to the supervisor about why he thought this couple was suspicious.
He wants to get argumentative and screaming at me, and then the wife starts screaming at me, and he provides me this DL, and it says 17335. The house number is 17327. So the numbers are close, they don't match. So I still don't know that they actually live here or have the right to be on the property.
By the way, I looked up both of those house numbers on Google Maps, and both of them came back to exactly the spot where this incident occurred. And as a police officer going off a hunch, where no crime is reported, you're sort of out on a limb. You have to always sort of ask yourself, I think, why am I here? What am I doing? What am I trying to achieve? It's like at some point the investigation becomes an investigation to justify the investigation, and they forget the entire reason they were there in the first place. All right, this suspicious vehicle in front of this new construction site. Well, he talked to them, they said they lived there, they told him to leave, they provided ID that is awfully darn close to where he thought he was, and they called 911 on him. That might have been the point at which he could have thought to himself, you know what, maybe I'm wrong. These people have just called 911. I have their ID information. Maybe I just leave because they told me to leave. But that's not what happened.
Dead ass wrong. Dead ass wrong.
Listen, until I can verify this is your property, I'm conducting a criminal investigation. Therefore, you need to provide me your name.
You're conducting a criminal investigation based on what crime being committed. What crime being committed are you conducting a criminal investigation on? Has a crime been reported in the area? So what criminal investigation you... Oh my God, this will piss you off. This, like, what? The audacity of your ass. Put a badge on a nigga, he think he all that. Motherfucker.
You connect the shit because nothing been stolen around here. Nothing.
I'm sorry, yes, ma'am.
6 or
Yes,
7,
I have a
something to
police
call
officer on
911
our property, and he's
revision
saying
for that
that we
information.
are, I don't know, but he's on our property telling us we don't live here. Can you have somebody come out here right away, please?
We don't
Since he's
own our
threatening us.
property.
The address is 17335
That's crazy.
North Highway
Just pull up in
329
somebody's property in the rain.
Reddick.
You think I want to be out here standing in the
Man, you
rain?
dead ass wrong, man. You dead ass
I don't know why you gotta be hostile. I'm trying to do my job.
You be the house now.
I'm not being hostile.
So you just pull up on our property and act like we don't own that.
Wait, you cannot hear me.
You dead ass wrong.
It's 735.
65 tag.
The deputy radios the car's plate number to dispatch, and literally as the dispatcher is reporting back the information on the plate, the husband starts to get out of the car. Now, mind you, they are on their own property. They are not under arrest. They have not been told yet that they are being detained. As far as any citizen in that situation knows at that point, it's a consensual encounter. There's no way of knowing because they haven't asked and the officer did not say. The officer then makes a split-second decision to undoubtedly turn this into a detainment.
Hey, stay in the car. Stay in the car. Get back in the car. Get back in the car now. Sit back down in the car.
I ain't being
Sit back down. Yes, you are. Until I can verify
You can verify. You can read it. My name already.
And also put the husband in handcuffs.
Hands on your back. Bring it to me right now. Hands on your back. Drop it. Put the phone in the car. Put the phone in the car. Drop the wallet. Hands on your back. Hands on your back. Right now you're being detained, okay?
I'm suing you.
Oh, I love the wife's energy. I fucking love the wife's energy. She's like, oh, you gonna risk my husband? I'm on our property. I'm getting out too. So you finna arrest me too. If you gonna arrest my husband, you finna arrest me too. If that's the type of time you are, I fucking love that energy, man. I need me one like that too. Goodness gracious. I love me some of that. Shout out to the wife, man. Shout out to the wife. She said, I'm getting out. You finna arrest me too. Oh my God. This, see, God. Oh my goodness.
It's not something funny. Things on your shirt. Things on your shirt.
You dead serious, man. You dead wrong, man. No, I'm just standing right here for being the truck.
Walk over to the car now. Marion, how do you step it up, please?
You dead ass wrong, man. You dead ass wrong. This is my home.
You have everything in your pockets, so stick me, poker, or prod.
No,
Any kind of weapons on you?
No, I don't.
Nothing illegal?
No,
No
I
illegal
don't.
substance? Spread your feet for me.
Yeah.
He's put him in handcuffs behind his back, and he's about to put him in the back of the police car. And what we just witnessed on the body cam was him asking questions where he's fishing for incriminating information. Do you have anything illegal on you? But he's also fishing for what should be justification to frisk him. Do you have any weapons on you? Now, the husband said no, but the deputy frisked him anyways. We saw him do it. But according to the U.S. Supreme Court, to frisk somebody during a detention, during a Terry stop, to perform a Terry frisk, a police officer has to have information that the individual is armed or dangerous. Here he said he was not armed, and there's no indication that he's dangerous, at least not that I've seen. So unless the officer can explain why he believed that this man was armed or dangerous, that was an illegal frisk, which is an illegal search and seizure.
Nope, watch the door.
Throw the food down and everything. You dead ass wrong, man. You see me eat, man. You dead, right? This is my home.
Watch your arm.
So now, very quickly, we've gone from a conversation to the husband being placed in handcuffs and put in the back of the police car. That means that there's no doubt at this point that a detention is occurring as opposed to a consensual encounter. Therefore, the Fourth Amendment is implicated, which then requires the question, was the detention justified? Or also, depending on how it occurs, the detention could turn into an arrest. If it ends up lasting an unreasonable amount of time under the circumstances, or it goes down in some unreasonable way. Here is the deputy's explanation to his supervisor about why this occurred.
He starts getting out of the car. I said, sit back in the vehicle. He wouldn't listen. I didn't trust him, so I detained him from the back of my car. Before he did that, she called 911.
So he has the guy's ID as he waits for backup to arrive. He walks over to the front gate of this property, and he notices that there's actually two different numbers, one of which does match the guy's ID.
67. Mailbox says 17335, but the fence says 17327. Could possibly be the occupant. Still haven't been around.
And after this point, is it reasonable to still be suspicious that the guy could be trespassing on some third party's property, but just happens to have an ID with his picture and at least one of the two numerical addresses for the actual property?
He provided me the CL, and it says 17335. The mailbox says 17335, but the fence says 17327.
Pretty much statistically impossible. But like I said, now sort of investigating to substantiate the investigation.
That's impossible. Okay, where's the house that's 335?
Don't worry about that.
Listen, I don't know why y'all have to be so aggressive and hostile. You know, okay, listen, can I explain a little bit? Can I explain a little bit? No? Okay. Okay. So next time, I'll let someone just come in and break in and steal stuff.
What the fuck? What kind of speech is that? So next time I'm gonna let somebody just come in and break into your property. Did you have probable cause to get into that, to enter that perimeter? Ask all these questions. Was there probable cause? Was there a crime reported? Was there a crime committed for you even to then come and say, so next time I'm gonna let somebody commit a crime on you? What? What kind of stupid shit is that? You see, nah, this motherfucker here needs to lose his job. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. This motherfucker here, motherfuckers like this don't deserve to be cops because you think you run shit. You think you are the law. Motherfucker, you're not the law. You here to serve and protect. But you out here profiling. The fuck? That ain't, profiling is not serving and protecting. My God.
If you want to play gun, ma'am, how was I to know that was your property? How did I know it was your property? How did I know it was your property?
Why did you come on here?
How did I know it was your property?
You don't need to know. I mean, you gotta raise my
Your husband.
As a police officer, do you know every person's, do you know when you drive up to someone's property that, okay, that's the owner of this property? Do you know every person that lives in that town, that lives in that city, to know this is this person's property, this is that person's property? For you then to be asking, how would I have known this was your property? You just drove into a perimeter, profiling. No crime's been recorded, no crime's been committed, reported. There's no probable cause for you to be there. But now you're saying, how was I supposed to know this is your property? You gonna come to my house and say, how am I supposed to know this is your house? What in the fuck is going on?
This was not arrested, he's just being detained.
It's a bitch ass nigga.
I didn't know. No,
Fuck you,
goodness,
didn't know.
I'm not arguing.
Fuck you.
The house number ends in 335. Where's the house actually at? Because the number on the fence is different than the mailbox. Listen, where is that house at? The 17335, where is that house at?
This is a new construction house right here.
Okay, this house, what is this house number right here?
Right down in the front fence.
The 17327?
Yeah.
Okay. That's in 4. The 17335. Where is that house at?
What you mean where it's at?
This is 1723327.
This is one piece of property. This is all one property.
See, now if we just talked, it would have been a completely different conversation.
See, this motherfucker's trying to be clever now. This motherfucker's dead ass trying to be clear. If you had just talked to me, it'd have been a completely different conversation. Motherfucker, you drove onto my property, accused me of... What the fuck are you even saying right now? Oh my God, you just gaslighting now. Straight up gaslighting, you bitch ass nigga. Motherfucker.
You never did that, sir. You just put in here, assume something, and hey, what you own this? That is wrong, man. You got these clubs to hold me tight, and we stay here. This is our property, sir. We told you that.
It was at this point that the deputy gets back out of the car, and then he calls his supervisor on his cell phone. I already played you some of that conversation. Here's where it picks up.
He appears to have lived in the house behind the property, 10-4. But there is, but I can't see the house number on the building. There's a mailbox that says 17335, and then the fence post says 17327.
Why are you there? Why are you there?
Number on the fence post, and on top of that, it's a new construction, and there's a car sitting up front with his lights on. I mean, how many times do you get something broken into in broad daylight? But she's screaming, hooting, and hollering, and won't give me her information. And I'm like, you know what? If I can verify that she's his spouse and they live in the house behind, then okay, we're good. That's all I needed. She, on the registration of the vehicle? Oh, yeah. I didn't get a chance to. I was trying to talk to him, and then he starts getting out of the vehicle, and I was like, I don't trust that you're not about to either run or fight me, so you're just in my car. Not trying to cause crap for you, sir, I'm sorry, but just... That's all it is right now. But he's already pissed off, and they're all talking about suing, and they're going to file a complaint anyway, so I'm sure you'll see it. Alright, I'm still going to need one over here, so I can at least, if we can talk to you about the house to verify they live here and they're right on the property, awesome, I just can't go back there right now. And they're all claiming that I came out here was being aggressive and stupid with them, and I wasn't. I was trying to verify who they were. Yeah, and I don't doubt that. I didn't know there was another house behind this. I couldn't see it from the road. It looked like it was a big driveway with a big piece of property. Yep, well, We're not going to take them off right now, but if I can verify that y'all live in the house behind, which I see your ID says that, I don't see the house number back there. Once nobody gets here and verifies that that's your address, then we can get this done and over with. Alright, we'll come on your profile on you. I didn't know that until you gave me your ID, alright? Even then, I can't see that house back there. Yeah, hold on one second, I'm loosening them. Alright, here's what we're going to do, guys. Come turn your back, face that way. Which one's tight right now? Both of them? Okay, alright.
Why he put him on so tight? You're not being arrested, you're being detained. Why you put the cuffs on so tight? Is there a point you're trying to prove? Now you're just out here scraping and scrambling, mumbling even to your fucking superior officer. Your superior's officer is literally telling you, bro, don't cause shit from me out there. But you're still being stubborn, knowing you, at this point, I know for sure he knows he's wrong. At this point, I know for sure he knows he's wrong. But he's still conducting an investigation just out of embarrassment. That's what it is at this point. He's doing all this shit just out of embarrassment. Just to push some time. Oh man, this pisses me off. This pisses me the fuck off. I'm sorry.
I ain't going nowhere, man.
No, wink.
I'm not going nowhere, sir. This is my home.
Again, Mr. Jackson, I don't know that until I verify everything, alright?
I'm just saying.
Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Go and step out, I'll put them right in the front, and then we'll sit back inside, okay?
I ain't trying. I can't even how to get this motherfucker.
Okay, just go and face the car for me, okay? Ooh, you good? Tight. Alright, face the car for me, okay? He's not under arrest.
I don't care. You put him handcuffs on the property.
Right now, he's being detained. Okay, so when I do my release your left arm, just turn around and face me and I'll put him in the front, okay?
We are trespassing on our own property. Can you believe this? Now he's taking the handcuffs off my husband on our property.
Do me a favor, I don't care if you record, take a couple steps back, okay? Take a couple steps back. Step back, please. Just a couple steps, okay? Alright, face the car for me. Stupid. Alright. Turn and face me. Go like that. Nope. Turn your wrist that way. There you go. I don't want to turn sideways on you, okay? Alright. Adjust this one, okay? Not meaning to make you talk for this, alright?
Somebody tell you stay.
You don't need to know shit. I drive past motherfuckers' properties every day. I don't know who stays there. You think I know my neighbors? I see them every day. I don't know them. They could be drug dealers for all I know, but I ain't got no probable cause to be calling the cops on them. Ain't no crimes been committed. How you supposed to know this? How are you supposed to know this my property? You don't need to know until a crime has been committed and reported or reported, until there's probable cause, which you don't even have. Except for your assumptions. You don't need to know shit about me. You don't need to know my name. You don't need to know why I'm here. I'm on my property. If I tell you this is my property, that's on you to go back wherever you coming from and go verify that. I don't need to verify it for you. How you supposed to know? How you supposed? Pissing me off.
You should never put on nobody's property, man. I ain't gonna argue with you, but you did wrong, and you know you wrong. You in big trouble for this, bro.
It's a matter of opinion, alright? Alright, so she just sitting over and recording. I don't really care about that. I need to try to verify the address they have on his license, I need to try to verify if that address back behind there. Because you saw.
See, this second officer ain't said a damn word. He's looking at this other officer, the first guy, like, bro, what have you done? Like, he's literally got that look on his face as soon as he steps out the car. He's looking at this other officer like, bro, what the hell have you done? And he ain't saying nothing because, like, he knows. This dude is just mumbling at this point. He knows this is all bullshit. He knows he just wasted, like, he just, like, what this dude who just rolled up in his second squad car, what he wants to tell him is, bro, get that man out the handcuffs, right? Get that man out his handcuffs and leave these people alone. Because what probable cause do you have to be here? Why do you need to know whose property this is? Has a crime been reported? Has a crime been committed? Why are you here? That's what this brother's trying to ask. That's what he wants to ask him. Why are you wasting my time with this? You just blew a whole thing out of proportion. Now we gonna spend the rest of the day and maybe the week and maybe the month doing paperwork. Just because you was out here profiling. But anyways, I don't know. I'm just assuming. I'm just assuming that's what he's thinking. Let's go.
The fence has one number.
Yeah.
The mailbox has a different one.
Okay.
Didn't see the mailbox when I pulled in here. I was focused on the car because where they're parked at right now, the car was sitting there, lights on. I could see someone was moving around in it. And it's a new construction, so I figured, hey, 13, I need to check it out. So I flipped around.
Did you look at the lockbox to see what the address is on the lockbox?
No, they told me the address for this property is on the fence.
Just give us a minute.
This is the whole time.
Okay, we're on.
I need to try to get on property first, so I can't do it.
Ma'am, that's fine. You do it. We're doing an investigation. We're doing an investigation. Ma'am, just give us a minute, please. Just give us a minute.
I was trying to explain. Yeah, she was. That's easy. I couldn't even tell what it just don't ignore. Just, I can go check the lockbox. Do they have the person's name who owns the property on that?
Yeah, everything should be on the job box.
I was focused on the car because of all this crap. It's a nice freaking barn, though.
It's a nice freaking barn, though. You fucking bastard. Profiling ass nigga.
Devon Jelly, yeah? Yeah? But again, didn't know that off the bat. Actually, hold on, let me take a picture.
Motherfucker, you didn't need to know nothing off the back. Out here profiling people. Putting people in handcuffs for no damn good reason. You son of a bitch.
Sure, that I'm gonna probably end up writing something on this anyways. Nope, we're good now. I just didn't have the chance to get that because I was focused on them. Hey, because I was focused on the car, I didn't see the lot box there. And even then, I was focused on them. So Joe just pointed that out, went over and checked it, and both their names are on the lot box, which is in front of the construction that they were parked in.
See, as a cop, you should probably know how to do your job properly before you start approaching people. Verify things before you start approaching people and putting them in handcuffs. Because that's when people start calling racism and profiling, because that's exactly what you're doing. You profiling. You might not be racist, but motherfucker, you profiling. How about you do your research first, get some reference first, and then approach people if you need to approach people. This, oh my God.
So, I got nothing. I'm going to cut him loose. Yeah, I'm going to write up a do you want me to write something up on this in case they complain so there's documentation? Okay, 10-4. I'll do that. Alright, appreciate it. Bye. Nope, I'm getting him out. Alright. Alright, go and step out. I'll get those off you. Check the lockbox. Yep, you are the property owner. Again, I didn't know that pulling up, and because of all the chaos of y'all guys screaming at me, I couldn't verify that, okay?
No chaos, sir.
There was a little bit, man.
You drag me like a child.
I did not drag you like a child. Did not drag you like a child. I said we're gonna walk over my car, and you wanted to walk over the road.
You know better than that. You're not a rookie.
You're free to go. Have a good day.
You know better than that. That's why you let me go.
Once the officer has left the world of consensual encounter and entered the world of a Terry stop or an investigatory detention implicating the Fourth Amendment, reasonable suspicion is required. For a lawful Terry stop, a police officer needs specific objective facts, not just a hunch indicating that a crime or violation has occurred.
And this motherfucker was he was going straight off of hunches. You don't put a dude in handcuffs because you got a hunch? Oh my God. You like dude said when he was getting released from the handcuffs, you should know better. You're not a rookie. You should know better.
An officer may perform a limited investigatory detention of someone whom he reasonably suspects has committed criminal activity, but such stops can only last as long as necessary to achieve their limited investigatory purpose. And before police officers escalate the situation to this point, again, they should be asking themselves questions, not just, am I investigating something in my own mind, or is it my department policy to always get an ID from somebody by force if necessary? You have to think about the Fourth Amendment. Am I involved right now in a consensual encounter, or am I forcing this person to comply with my orders? So if it's not a consensual encounter, what is my reasonable suspicion? What crime am I investigating? Most of these hunch suspicions can be resolved very easily with a consensual encounter. Police may approach anybody really in a consensual encounter and ask for ID or other information, but that person is free to refuse or to walk away unless they are being detained, and that requires reasonable suspicion. That's why the one question that somebody should ask if they're in a situation like this and they're unsure what the legal rights are, all you have to ask is, am I free to go? If the answer is yes, then you have no obligation to provide ID or to comply with anything else. And if the answer is no, now it's been confirmed that the Fourth Amendment has been implicated, it's a detention, and you can comply and avoid arrest while still preserving your rights. Another thing going on here is the location that this is taking place. This is sort of a weird scenario. This is a home, but it's a new construction home. Nobody's moved in yet. The inside's not even finished. So is this like an open fields situation, or are we talking about an actual home and the curtilage of a home, where the rules are way different? The U.S. Supreme Court said in 2018 in Collins versus Virginia that the police cannot even enter the curtilage of a home to search a vehicle that's parked within the curtilage of that home, for instance, a driveway, without a warrant, even where they have probable cause. So if that car is...
You saw a car, it looks suspicious to you. If there's probable cause, you probably gonna need to go get a warrant before you get to that property and start searching and arresting and detaining motherfuckers. Do you know how to do your job or not? Because why am I not a cop and I know what you should be doing?
Sitting in a driveway within the curtilage of this barn dominium. If it gets that protection yet, according to the courts, it doesn't matter whether the officer even has reasonable suspicion or even probable cause. He has to have a warrant. But setting that aside, let's look at what the officer's claimed reasonable suspicion is here. 1, it's a new construction site. 2, it's an occupied vehicle that's parked there. And 3, the guy gets, quote, instantly aggressive and defensive. Also, looking at their police report, they included this fact. During the past year, there have been 121 construction-related offense reports, with many of them being burglaries and criminal mischiefs. Now, that doesn't apply to this situation. That's just sort of like saying this was a high-crime area and we were patrolling this area because there have been 100+ burglaries or crimes that have occurred in that area before. Even including that fact, if true, that's not a whole lot. So, applying that law to all the facts that we just watched, do I think that there was racial profiling involved here? No. In my opinion,
it wasn't racial profiling. Definitely not racial profiling. But was it profiling? It definitely was. Because you acting out on a hunch. You acting out on a hunch, an unsubstantiated hunch for that matter. But there's definitely profiling. It may not be racial. It don't have to be racial, but it's definitely profiling.
It does not appear that the deputy could see who was in that car, whatever race or color they may be. Now, perhaps he profiled the car being an older Honda Accord, contrasted with what looks like to be an expensive construction project. No, this, in my opinion, is yet another example of a police officer's unnecessary, proactive hunch that achieved nothing good, and that, in my opinion, was unreasonable and therefore unconstitutional under the Fourth Amendment. I don't dispute that this police officer did have a hunch. He did have suspicions in his mind. I don't believe that it was nefarious or malicious. He saw something he thought was suspicious, and he did go to investigate. But once he made the decision to turn what could have been just a consensual encounter, asking questions if they want to answer, into a detainment, those suspicions were not reasonable. He had them, but they were not reasonable because nobody had reported that any crime had occurred. He had not observed anything illegal. All he observed was a car parked in front of this construction project. Even if we give that to him, the initial suspicion, even if we say that that is reasonable, it doesn't entitle him to just do whatever he wants. Remember, such stops can only last as long as necessary. And here, immediately when he started asking questions, they told him they lived there. When he asked for ID, it was provided, and it matched at least one of the two addresses on the front entrance of the property.
He provided his DL, and it says 17335.
The mailbox says 17335, but the fence says 17327.
And he had that information prior to placing this man in handcuffs, and during the entire 20 minutes or so that he had him in handcuffs. That's just unreasonable, in my opinion, and I think many courts would agree with that. And that's not even addressing the elephant in the room. If this new construction house is to be considered a home for purposes of the Fourth Amendment, and if he went in and seized this individual within the curtilage of that home, he had to have had a warrant or exigent circumstances. I looked a little bit into that issue, and it's an interesting issue. Their home is elsewhere on the property. They're building this new barn dominium. It's completely unfinished. At which point would a warrant be required to arrest them within what would be the curtilage of that barn dominium? I think there's a number of factors that would have to be addressed, whether or not a person would have an expectation of privacy. When you look at those cases, when you look at the curtilage cases in the 11th Circuit, they place a lot of importance on whether or not there is a fence and a gate, especially a closed gate or a locked gate. In the 11th Circuit, in Florida, if you gate your property and you close and lock that gate, and police officers hop over that gate, the case law is overwhelmingly that they have now entered the curtilage and a warrant would have been required. So keep that in mind for the future. So thanks for watching.
Hey, yo, ain't that some shit for sure? Listen, OG, DBNK, some do say debunk. Like, comment, leave a subscription, people. Wow. I don't even like cops. Because of shit like this. And a lot of other shit. But goodness gracious. I don't wish bad on people, but that he don't deserve his job. He does not deserve his job. As far as I'm concerned, he should lose his job. You going around profiling people as a police officer, you're doing more harm than good. Your job is to serve and protect. That ain't what you doing. Thanks for hanging out with me, people. Listen, again, like, comment, leave a subscription. Let's grow this community, people. Love, peace, and happiness. One love.